So this is part 7 of the realities of Reymega life legacy. Part 7. Yeah, I think it'll go like this. Well, they'll start scrutinizing all the academic, and they would say, well, his dad's girlfriend, after they got divorced in October 2002, when the household collapsed in October of 2002, and so they broke up. His mom and dad of 22 years. It was a fucked up, horrible relationship. So they sort of fucked up, horrible, down whopper relationship. And so what happened was they broke up. Mom moved and became 74 at mom's place. And so when you look at this whole event, so what happened is his dad basically saw this girl at a farm, and they ended up having a relationship. And within about 2 years, I think it was within 5 years after the household collapsed, they ended up grooming a domestic terrorist with this neurofeedback thing. During the same time, he was an internet celebrity as Raymond 14, and so they were so they knew it would be like this. So they were grooming a domestic terrorist. They were grooming a domestic terrorist with this neurofeedback, mind view type of deal. And so, and this is what the real LP Slim Shady. It's a drop LP Slim Shady. It's a drop this is how it would really be. And so when you talk about academic interests, well, they would say they didn't give him the help he needed because they would start scrutinizing his academic, the pathologists, the people. They would look at it like the way they look at crime scenes, like the worst ones and like the mass shooting ones. They would look at my academic legacy, like they look at school shooting legacy. It's like school shooting in paper form. I mean, they would look at how they look at it. So they should have put him in a psych hospital that has a school in it that has a bed and it has a dorm where they have roommates. Like a psych hospital where they have school in a psych hospital for little kids. They should have put him in there for years, but they didn't because they were cowards. They didn't understand. They didn't raise the kid right. This is about dropping LP Slim Shady. This is drop LP Slim Shady. When you talk about the deals, this is how it will go. This is how it will go. When you look at how it will go, because when you look at the severity of it, they would say, yeah, they should have put him in a psych hospital. They should have put him in a psych hospital for people with ADD, PDD, NOS, pervasive developmental delay. They should have done that. They should have done just that. Because it would have been a lot better, and they would have addressed his needs. They would have not have needed to put him in all these places like, I don't know, Upper Dublin or Portman or Kent Crest, and CHOP would have not been needed. They would not have needed CHOP. And they should have addressed that. Because CHOP basically, they used that to defraud the state. They used that to defraud the state, and they used and that was like this is a drop LP Slim Shady. It's about drop LP Slim Shady, right there. It's about real drop LP Slim Shady, and this is how you really the real legacy of it. And they would look at the legacy. They would look at the paperwork. They would look at what his deal was with his special education. They would look at it like they would look at crime scenes, like the worst kinds of crime scenes in war zones. Actually, they would look at that. They would look at my academic legacy, like they look at war zones. Look at war zones like Gaza or Aleppo, or war zones like Syria. Until next time, Reymega, signing off.